Well, hello. I haven't done a health video for a while. Sometimes it just gets annoying with YouTube, who is owned by Google, who are such scammers and make you pay for people to see your videos. And sometimes I just get tired of paying them. Unless I tell you specifically to go look at my video and give you the link, they're not going to let people see it, especially if I talk about health. And they do this with everyone. So, you have to pay to get followers, you have to pay to get views, unless you specifically know people and they tell other people as well. So anyway, I'm going to do a video today for the few that are going to see this, and I hope that it will be beneficial. I just want to go over a few random observations about health and try to help you get to that next level. The typical American will never get there. I think mainly because we're lazy. We live in a first world country, we're spoiled, and we don't want to put work or effort in. And that's the biggest obstacle that I am seeing, that people just will not be consistent and they don't want to work for it. I'll have people come into my office, say they feel terrible, they're dying, please help me. And I give them tools and protocols and they don't do them. Or they just half-heartedly do it. I don't really know why this is the case. If you know why, let me know. I would love to find the answer to that. I've always been pretty self-motivated, and when I put my mind to something, I actually do it. And I do it long term. For example, I've pretty much at this point corrected all deficiencies in my body, and I feel pretty amazing at 54, and I can still run, hike many hours. I have energy all day long. I sleep well. It's phenomenal. And I'm just going to keep getting older, right? And so I want to keep having quality life. I don't want to be in my 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I'm barely functioning, or my kids are taking care of me. I still want to stay productive the rest of my life. So an example, I have an 81-year-old client who's very healthy, mentally sharp. He has good muscle. 81. Doctors call him an anomaly. I call him normal. That's how we all should be at his age. We shouldn't be all decrepit and on 10 medications, barely functioning. But he's taking care of his health from when he was younger up until now, and he's still doing that now. And then he's healthier than some of the 20-somethings and 30-somethings that I see, many of them. The food is very toxic today, and we're living lifestyles that aren't beneficial for aging well. And you have to be the one to put a stop to that. Practitioners, doctors, we can only give you tools, and you actually have to use them. You actually have to pay attention to your body every day, all day long, what it's telling you. Only you know what you are doing all day long for your health, to make it better or to make it worse. And so only you can be aggressive with that, okay? I tend to get really aggressive with my health because I think that's really important. I've had other people that have come into my office who are very wealthy, but they don't have their health and they can't even enjoy their wealth. So I think health is wealth. And just because also you say, oh, I don't have a lot of money, well, that doesn't mean you have to buy Doritos, sodas, and fast food either, right? That's also just an excuse. You can be very creative. And I like to take my health to the next level and experiment with anti-aging, longevity. And so I'll find certain supplements or protocols that I will try for at least 4 to 6 months. You have to give it a good go. Some things I throw out, some things I keep. One example is C60. I used that for about a year and I really liked it, and I still do like it. It's a little bit more expensive. And so I ended up throwing it out only because I found some other supplements that I liked that worked similarly and didn't cost as much. And I feel like it was just something I didn't need anymore. If someone still wants to take it, that's great too. And you can afford it. It's still a great product. I use molecular hydrogen now instead of C60, which works very similar but costs a lot less. So that's one example. Another thing I've been experimenting with is fatty 15. I wasn't 100% for sure about it. It's supposed to be a special type of fat that I've never heard of before that the body needs, but we don't get a lot of it from diet or enough in this toxic world. And Dr. Hyman was promoting it, and I really do like Dr. Hyman. and I've done his function health testing. I listened to him, I've read his books. And so I went ahead and bought a 3-month supply. But you often don't start noticing results for the first 3 to 4 months. So you have to be patient. I'm only at about a month and a half in. At first, I noticed nothing. I think I actually am starting to notice now with my skin improving, even more energy and stamina. But I think I'm going to give it a good 6 months to decide if I'm going to stay on it or not. And some things I'll take every day for a time. And then when I feel like I've caught up, maybe I'll take it 3 days a week for maintenance. But check out Fatty 15, okay? It's supposed to be phenomenal for sleep, anti-aging, stamina, skin, so many different things. An essential fat that we need, but most of us have never heard of before. And then I'll have some people tell me, yeah, I did that for a month or two, and then, I'm not doing it anymore. Well, I still have these gut issues. I'm like, well, you didn't do it long enough. That's the problem. I don't know why people won't be consistent. No clue. Someone else who came to see me about a year ago who had massive gut issues, which affected every other area of her body and brain. And when she was a teenager, had a bacterial infection in the spinal cord and had to be on antibiotics for a very long time, very harsh antibiotics, which did save her life, but also destroyed her gut health. Came to me about 30 years later for help with that. And we've had to work a whole year, gradually, slowly, consistently healing the gut, which heals other parts of the body. But if that person only did protocols 2 or 3 months or sort of just dabbled in it and wasn't really aggressive with it, this person would not get the healing that they needed. But luckily, this person was aggressive and consistent and is now experiencing great healing and doing very, very well, better than she has in 30 years. So don't dabble. Be consistent long-term. Give protocols a chance to work because you didn't get sick in just a few months. It happens gradually over years. We're really patient while we're getting sick and destroying our body, but we're impatient when we want to get better. And you have to be willing to put the work in every area, not just taking some supplements or, eating organic. You have to avoid the trans fats and seed oils. You avoid fast food like the plague. You learn how to read labels. You exercise, and I'm talking real exercise. That's another very difficult one I have, getting people to exercise. They just won't do it, and you're never going to get to where you need to be with your health if you refuse to do that. And just going for a little mile walk isn't exercise. You need to get your heart rate up. You need to sweat. You need to push your body where you break it down, and then you make it rebuild to teach it how to be resistant and resilient and get stronger. And it will help you in every other area of life. But you have to be willing to do that, even if you don't like it. I tend to like to exercise and move my body, but there are some days I don't feel like it or I just don't feel good, but I do it anyways. And it's totally worth it. Because you exercise for 45 minutes, maybe up to 2 hours, depending on what you're doing. And then the rest of the time you're free. Totally worth it. Okay? So anyways, be willing to correct all deficiencies, work really hard to heal and repair any areas where you have health issues. And then once you do that, take it to the next level. Go for anti-aging, more longevity. We're all going to die. But like I said, I want to die with my health. And I just die because I'm old and my stem cells have run out. My telomeres are done. And I just simply die of old age, not of disease or being decrepit because I didn't take care of myself when I was younger. It's so worth it. When you put the work in, you climb out of the slimy pit. It's going to take a lot of work. You're going to suffer along the way. You might even detox along the way. Yeah, it's going to be hard. But once you get out of that slimy pit, then you live in maintenance like I do. It's just a part of my life. I don't really think much about it. And I don't give in to others who want me to be unhealthy or toxic with them. So take care of your body, take care of your life. You're your best healthcare practitioner, but use other practitioners and doctors to help guide you and give you tools, but they can't do it for you. You've got this. Have a healthy life, be well, and I've never had anyone tell me they regret doing that.